Frustrating afternoon, especially with that disallowed goal so close to the end.
Disallowed goal, missed the penalty, we missed other opportunities. You know, we can't make excuses for the chances that we've missed. You know, we should have put the game to bed, but you know, people can say we should have won the game, which we should have done. But you know, at times, it's beyond belief that some of the decisions that you see in this level of football. And I know I keep saying it, we talk about respect and all this, but at some stage the officials have got to stand up and be counted for their role in the game. You know, there's a lot of people come here today, we prepared our team, Chasetown prepared their team, and he went from bad to where, I mean, he wasn't helped at all by his linesman or assistant, whatever they call it. Just spoiled the game. It was all about, the attention was all about them from the very first minute. And yet we can't make excuses, we should have won the game. But, as I say, the decisions in that game were absolutely, well, bemusing, is me putting it nice.
I mean, Jerome Wright certainly looked onside when he scored that goal.
Onside, I think he must have been 5-6 yards onside. He ran past two players to get to the other side, and then he dispatches the ball, and then he puts his flag on. And as I say, the linesman, referee, fair play to the referee, he went over and said, is he the lad who's ran past him? And he said, yeah, but he was offside. So, unless the rules have changed in the last 48 hours, nobody's told me that you've got to be 10 yards onside now to be offside. Then, you know, I still do not know why it was disallowed.
Yeah. I mean, it was a slow first half, but Chester came out on the blocks in the second half and really looked in control of the game, didn't they?
We should have won the game. We should, you know, we can't make excuses for us not putting chances away. We had enough chances to win the game. We didn't do it and missed the penalty. Keepers made a worldly great, you know, of a save. Simo's through at the end. You know, we can't make excuses for not putting our chances away. But what we can make excuses for is an absolutely disgraceful decision.
Struggling to think of anything to say, really. I mean,
I think it sums it up. But, you know, two sides having a go. A lot of fans here from both sides, well supported. But you know, we're all talking about, you know, the man in the middle again. We talk, as I keep saying it, we talk about respect and the campaign. Asking you to speak to them. He says, I'll speak to you inside. You go inside. He says, you're not allowed to come and see me for half an hour. So, you know, what's the point? You know, I'm asking them to explain the linesman's decision to Jerome's goal, and they can't do that. So, I'm sure they'll get the story straight and pick up an imaginary Jerome who was 10 yards offside and then tell me he was offside. But I don't mind mistakes, but you know, that is a massive error.
On the bright side, it was an excellent finish from Anthony Sarcevic for the first goal.
It was a great first goal, you know, but we didn't do enough. We didn't. You know, to be fair to Chasetown, you've seen what they're about. They're exactly the same with our place. They're resilient, they're hard to break down. They've got big lads who'll go in there and set pieces. They do what they're good at. And I said to the lads at half time, if they score, it's going to be a set piece, you know, and we give a silly free kick away. And then I don't know what's going on for the goal. They've got three lads, you know, any one of them could put the ball in the back of the net. But, you know, it wasn't good enough, you know, on a difficult pitch. But, you know, we've got to take our chances. We didn't do that. But, you know, people get banned, people get suspended, we get fined. Let's be honest, it's a wonder why when you've got to put up with that. You know, we work all week, you know, we're part-time, we work all week to prepare the team best we can, and then you have to put up with that. A linesman or an assistant referee wants to make a name for himself, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you think the loss of George Horan in the first half might have played an influence on the goal late in the game?
Not really, no. We didn't set up properly, we didn't have somebody in the near post area, and we didn't defend it well enough, you know. That's it. But I said, you know, you've got to put your chances away when you come along. But then, you know, they could possibly argue that they possibly should have had a goal in energy time, but from where we were, you know, Michael was sick. But I'll be honest, I've seen him given.
What was actually the score with the goal that was disallowed in the last minute?
Well, as Michael's gone to challenge, the lads sort of grabbed his short and he spun and then headed it. But you know, it's probably a free kick. But you know, you've seen him given.
What's the news on George Horan's injury?
Well, he's broke his nose, you know. Again, you know, you look at that decision, George won the ball, and the referee tells me that the goalkeeper headbutted him. Well, from my point of view and George Horan's point of view, I think he was on the receiving end of it. There's not a mark on the goalkeeper, and George got a broken nose, so George is adamant that he punched him. So, and not on purpose, but it's a penalty. But You know, we can talk about decisions all day, we talk about referees all day. We are where we are. We've got to get on with it. We've got to, get back to where we are and look to Buxton next week.